BlackFeather here, and it looks like I got the orientation the right way here. Excuse the mess behind us. Already tearing things apart because we just found out today that they're going to be tearing out all the windows and replacing them Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. So yeah, we're already moving things around. So yeah, that's fun. That was my stress this morning. It's like, what do you do? Sometimes hard to get windows, so we take it as it comes. So the plan today, I'm starting half hour early, and there's Wraith on camera. Just because I felt like getting this going. I have work to do after this, so it's like I just needed to unwind a bit. I was in Shaw of Thirst's chat for a while she was playing World of Warcraft and relaxing there. And so yeah, not much else today. Back to work tomorrow. And let's see, Minnesota weather, it says right now it's 85 and sunny. It's 77 degrees in the house, despite the air being set at 74, which, you know, I suppose replacing the windows not only gets rid of the lead, but, and yes, that's a thing, but also is probably going to give us a little more efficiency for heating and cooling in this place. It is a 100-year-old house, so what do you do? So I have Chell sitting beside me. Balam and Wraith are up on the cat tower. Got myself some Mountain Dew Zero right now. Need a little more caffeine. I better not put that near my brush water because, well, I might accidentally drink that. Been there, done that. A few live streams I've done that too. And not sponsored, but we have well water from my parents' artesian well in the World of Warcraft cup from the movie. I like the movie. I mean, it wasn't the best writing on the planet or anything, but it was just so much nostalgia that I really enjoyed it. And let's see, Sparkly's made by me, and gotta have a heavy dragon with. Chain made by me, that's bronze. He's copper and bronze, so he's starting to get some lovely patina going and a huge amethyst stone in his claws. Handmade by a jewelry maker in California that we met at the Maryland Renaissance Festival in 2015. So that's about it for jewelry. No rings right now or anything. And of course, we have to do the most important thing of all. Probably check and make sure that I'm not talking to myself for the fun of it and see if we're actually live. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's see if I can find my own channel, huh? Do-dee-do-dee-do. Oh, it says I'm live there. Do we have sound? Switch it off of headphones. I'm live there. Do we have sound? Aha! We have sound. Switch it off of headphones. Okay. And pause the playback there so you guys don't get an echo on this end. And the next major, besides Balam grooming her tail back there. Really, cat? Really? How do I block this? Oh my God, I'm going to move my head over here. Are you decent yet? Okay. Every live stream, something's got to happen. Anywho, the most important thing, outside of making sure that we're actually up and going here. Are you ready, folks? Not sponsored, wished I was. Bob Ross, positive energy. When you need positive energy, you need Bob Ross. It's actually pretty good stuff, but don't support Bob Ross products because his managers stole all of his estate from his family and used the courts with little loopholes to get by with it. Yeah. And a special nod to Grampy Lobster. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell. And yes, that is a lobster. I was going to send this to Grampy and never got it sent. So yeah, it's on my desk and there it is. So the plans today, I'm going to start working, I think, in the sketchbook here. See how far I can get to finishing the mud lurkers. I did some more work yesterday, sitting at the food shelf, and even accomplished things, although I encountered some interesting people, to say the least. Yeah, because that was at a church, and even the church people were like, oh, yeah. And they left me too, one person. It was interesting. So, got the big green sketchbook here. This thing's older than the hills. At least this time I didn't have anybody asking if they could have a pen and start drawing in my sketchbook. That was the time I went before to the food shelf. I was livid. Oh my gosh. That was not fun. Oh, one more lobster thing. The box says it's a finger lobster. Grampy would have approved. Rainbow lobsters all around. So, I'm going to dive back into this thing. I don't know if I'll get painting done or not, but I got water here prepared. Like I said, just in case, as long as I don't drink out of it, we're good. Not the best water to drink out of. At least I haven't dipped any paint in it yet. Alrighty, so let's flip this thing around. The desk is still a bit of a mess too, although it's a little more organized than it was last live stream. So let's just switch this around. You can see all my junk. I've got spare earrings here I need to put away yet. Dragons. Even though I sucked at playing him, McCree's still my favorite Overwatch character. Yeah, I wasn't great at playing him, but I don't care. He was a lot of fun. Orisa was one of my favorites. And then for anybody questioning here, of course I wrapped it in my own silk bangle that I made here. But I was talking earlier today in Shaw's stream that I used to and have returned again to Ultima Online. This is one of the original gifts. Was kind of a really, I think it was like $30 or something like that from EA Games when they released this dragon, and they're harder to find now. I don't get rid of that dragon. I lost all my Ultima cloth maps. I had a ton of them from every game, but they're gone, long gone, unfortunately. Let's see. Sorry for the camera quake. Okay, and I can't really zoom out, I don't think. Nope, we're stuck. So let's move this water. Okay, so where I'm working is over here. And it still is out of whack. There, that's better. So I'm going to be moving this around a bit. I'm working from not using the camera. You guys aren't going to be seeing what I'm doing off the lens here, but you'll see what I'm doing here, and that's the important part. So it's just this little bit I have to finish working on the wing, and then we're going to go over to some of the landscaping in the back. And part of why I want to get this thing done is because it is so close to done. And I'm still considering doing the horse's skull next, which my daughter's probably going to say I'm competing with them, but you know, hey, because they do some fantastic skull art, just amazing. All the stippling and hand painting and everything. Not done on actual skulls, but they draw all sorts of really incredible skulls. Okay, this is too hard to draw with the strawberries on. So that bracelet's off. There. Focus my eyeballs. Now, I have the feathers layering this direction. So any part that is underneath another feather, I'm trying to go darker. That's just to give it a little more depth. Part of the hard part of this, though, is the fact that this is a black bird. I'm still trying to get that to show up without making it all one muddy black mess. I did have somebody ask me yesterday if I've done tattoo designs, and I've done a few now. One tattooist screwed up one of my designs, but it did get fixed. I don't have a photo of it being fixed yet, but it did get done. I had drawn it, measured out, and drawn the shape of it on a fellow nurse's arm, so had the correct size on the paper and everything. And then he brought my design in. It was inked, it was ready to go. All they would have had to do was copy it and put it on the paper to, you know, on the stencil to put on his arm and do it. Well, for some reason, the tattoo artist decided he had to move lettering around. I don't know why. And the name of Claire ended up, instead of a C, there was an E. And it got tattooed that way. So you guys got to make sure, always check before they put something permanent on you that spelling is correct. Spelling, it's that important. Shade a little more over here. Okay. And I'm keeping this spot right here open for my signature and for my signature feather. Otherwise, besides getting ready for that craft sale and face painting, we're gonna be, if you're in Minnesota, we're gonna be at Minnehaha Falls on September 7th all day. The events there is about 75 or 78 vendors, I don't remember. And we're gonna be selling chainmail and stuff, and I'm gonna be face painting probably 10 or 12 hours depending on the day. It gets really crazy busy, but it's fun. I paint for free, but tips are accepted. I've been doing that there about 13 years minus last year with a hospitalization, and then a few years prior with a torn rotator cuff on my right arm, and I couldn't raise my arm at all. So I haven't missed too many face painting events there. I'm looking forward to it, especially with the kids. I love seeing the kids. Miss being a pediatrics nurse. Good thing about doing drawings like this, though, is it's good to have practice doing decent line work. And you saw where my hand kind of slipped and I got the line work a little crooked there, but it works out really nice. Feathers aren't perfectly formed. They're not perfectly in condition because they take abuse from flying. So you're going to have variations and notches out of them and stuff like that. So that works. I'm going to turn this around a little bit. I have to change the angle. Whoops. Other way. There's the loons from the lake when the storms were rolling in. Yeah, sometimes it's easier for me to change the angle of the book so I can see where I'm drawing and get more control of my pen strokes. And the story behind this particular piece of art in this book here is, and I've said it before, but I want people to know where some of my ideas come from. There is a channel called The Miniature World of Kitten Caboodlers, and they're in England, and it's a mother-daughter team, and they make doll houses. Well, they also go mudlarking, which is going along riverbanks and things like that, especially the Thames, and they find pieces of Victorian bisque dolls, and stuff like that. They have found lead miniatures, little army men, and flags and things like that too. Buttons and baubles of all kinds. So they have a second channel called Mudlarking with Kitten Caboodlers, and I watch both, and the thought of it was like, ravens collect things, so why not have a raven and a fairy spirit be out mudlarking, or beachcombing as we would call it here. Now, of course, we don't have the, fancy ceramics and everything else. Well, oftentimes there'll be bits of metal and, bent metal, and I've found nuggets of like copper before when I've gone mudlarking up at Lake Superior and that. And, weathered glass and things, but it's still something I enjoy doing. I just wanted to show off this bird with his collection, and as I kept drawing, more and more of his collection started showing up. I want to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Get my hand out of the way. Let's see if I can zoom in a little better. There goes the page again. I guess it wants you to see the storm coming through. Okay, there we go. That's better. Holy cow, that's a lot of feathers. Now again, because this feather's underneath, I have to make it a little more darker. If you had a lighter colored bird, of course you wouldn't be going this dark, but again, he's a raven, so I'm going to be going that dark. And see, sometimes when you're too tired, you just start going the wrong direction. So easy fix. Just turn it into cross hatching up here. And then darken it up a bit more since it's on a raven. It's okay. Doggone it, why am I doing this today? I think I'm a little more tired than I thought. So I just made the same mistake again. I was thinking cross hatching. Some of my favorite shading methods are cross hatching. So we've got that kind of flip-flop there. So here, I want to keep it consistent. So this piece is going to have to be darker than this because it's going to go all the way underneath. There's different techniques. You could do the stippling, which is just all dots, to do your details and your shading and stuff. I like to do a variety of different line work between cross hatching over here on the fabric and straight lines, and I have dots on the beak and stuff like that, doing stippling on the beak, just to convey different textures. And it's just the way I prefer to work. Everybody has their own style. I have noticed though, it's going to be a little bit of a critique with some of the stuff I've seen on TikTok. I tend to watch art compilations from TikTok, and I'll watch like candy compilations and different beadwork and Therian compilations and everything else, because I like looking at the masks especially. I love the creativity and the artwork and a lot of all of that. But I have noticed a trend with the drawing compilations and art ones. They've been showing that's Blum. They've been showing teenagers doing their own style of cartooning artwork, which is fine. But my concern is that I never see, well, I see very little realism done in portraiture on these compilations. And I kind of want to go through TikTok and see what I find, because I have a concern that some of these kids, because I did this with the English language, is they're learning their own style, but they're not learning the basics of human form. And if an artist is going to do anything with the human figure, even modified into having like almost fashion design type style or anything like that, they really should have some understanding of the human figure, basic, like how to lay out the facial structure and how to lay out the body structure and proportion and all of that. And I just hope these kids are learning that stuff and not just going on their own cartooning style that they've developed. It's just like over the years, I've interacted with a lot of kids that learn manga first and then they don't even try to go to portraiture. Well, they find themselves pigeonholed into one type of art and they can't do anything beyond that. And I think an artist should be well-rounded, at least in their education. But that's me. Oh, just about done with these feathers. I think I'm just going to do hints in the background. I don't want to have a hyper detailed background. Okay. This one, I think I'm going to flip this more. This feather's going to be a little bit more over top both sides. Like it didn't quite fold in correctly when he folded his wings up. Okay. Cats are into something. Oh, awfully quiet chat. Awfully quiet for a Saturday. And getting there. That kitten is crazy. That kitten is crazy. I've said before, we're a little afraid to get her spayed because of the umbilical hernia she has is pretty huge. And we don't want her to be in constant pain afterwards or something drastic happens while getting the spaying procedure done. So we're just gonna leave it at that. She's a happy cat. She's just noisy. It is one of the most affectionate cats, though, and she's just a stitch. Okay, work that one right off the edge. All right. Sorry for the camera quake again. I'm just gonna go, I think, along here. Even though my signature's going in here, I want to have some very light line work in here, just so it doesn't end so abruptly. And I lay the pen almost on its side when I'm working like this, and that gives me very, very light lines. And just keep scrubbing them down. Go over the area again and again and again. And you don't get heavy line work that way. I haven't tried this technique with microns, but it works very well with the Sharpie fine point that I'm using. And of course you can change your line heaviness by raising your pen up and down, depending on what you want to do with it. Pen ASMR. Scritch, scritch, scritch. It sounds like Balaam scratching on the cat tower. Hi, Nebulana. Hey. How are you doing? Just kind of filling this spot in, but not too heavy because my signature is going to go in here, but I want to kind of smooth this out a little. Yeah, the most artsy thing I've done here. Okay, that's good right there. Now, I am going to zoom out because this isn't the high detailed work here. Just gonna start kind of making hints in the background. We're almost done with this piece. And I don't want to go too heavy. So my goal look like there's maybe a house back here. Again, I'm going really super light. Just hints. basically trying to paint with this thing right now, I think. So there's tiny images back there. I just put in a tractor. It looks like there's a silo right here. I had planned on a cityscape, but that's not happening because it just developed into its own thing. And that's okay. River just doesn't go past cities. Ah, it's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. Regular crowd shuffles in. I had to do it. It's 5 o'clock, at least here. Not doing anything major. Just again, kind of scrubbing everything in. Hinting of trees. And that, and because it's coming off of the edge of the paper. Oh! Ah, thank you. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. When I get all this done, I'm going to be taking the eraser and going to town here. I'll do that off camera because I don't want the pen to smear. Could normally do this background pretty fancy, but nah. And I appreciate it. That's awesome. Okay, I got it out as far as I can. All right. Did not want to do a huge amount on the background. But if people look, they shall find. 8, 24, 24. Okay. Signed, dated, signed, sealed, delivered. So yeah, I'll take photos and post them on my community tab, but the mudlarkers is done. Lots and lots and lots of strokes of stuff in there. I'm taking commissions. I'm good with that. This month is the hairy month with Pagan Pride and everything, but after this month, yeah, I'm good. I'll do commissions, and I like painting dogs. You've seen me do some dogs. So I'm gonna take a drink here. And thank you. Now, part of the reason I want to go on to doing horse skulls, because I want to make, I still plan on making it won't be paper, it'll have to be cardboard puppet about Shetland pony size of an articulated skull of a horse. And my reason for this is not just to do the skull itself, but I want to make it as a Kelpie. And I plan on doing a couple different variants. One is going to be out of paper, and then the other one I want to be able to have the whole puppet kind of go down my arm, and use like crepe paper in different greens and stuff to be like the mane for seaweed, and have the spine sticking out of the glove that I would have up my arm, and then the articulated skull below, and that would be the actual Kelpie one. And so I have to work on drawing skulls and make sure. I haven't done a horse skull probably since I was like 20. So that I plan on being my next one. So let's see. And there's a whole bunch of people complaining on TikTok and everywhere else. There's, especially since these art wars, I don't know what art wars are, but they've been like, oh, well, anybody that's using references, that's the same as tracing, and you're not a real artist and all that. And it's like, where did Da Vinci and everybody else get their understanding of the human body from if they didn't use references? You know, it's just really crazy. I use references. I don't have any problem with it. Yeah, it's stupid. I am going to show you one of my three-dimensional references, though. Let me grab that quick. This one is not 3D printed. It's resin. And I got it off of Etsy. Zoom in a little. Come on. There we go. And so I'm going to try and make a paper model off of this first, just so that I can get the patterning right and figure out how to do the patterns. But this is pretty close. No, they did some really awesome detail work on this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be my three-dimensional reference. So I will have to do the jaw separately like they've got it here, and then work up a hinge system so when it's in my hand it'll actually hinge correctly. So if it's my hand inside, this would be the lower jaw right here. And I figure at least Shetland pony size is still a skull I'm going to be able to control. And that's something I need to take into account. And Kelpies really were not very big anyway. But I've got these gorgeous pearlized paints and everything, which are going to help me get that, mystical, wet pearl look of the Kelpie when they are seen as a regular white horse and they haven't drugged their victim to the water yet. So that's plans. We'll see how far I get. But yeah, that's what I want to do. But I also need to find a good 2D image here. Let's see. There's some ones that show with the jaws open too, what it looks like on the inside. That's going to be the trick. I'm going to have to do inside and out. Yeah, I just found it. I think I found it on an image search in the first place because I just found this miniature skull ad on Etsy again. What did I pay for that? $22. It's not bad. It's a very nice replica. What is this one? Horse skull by Veterinary School Anderlecht. What is this? Looks like something out of Nightmares. Dated 1950s. The skull was used for study because they prepared the view on the roots of the teeth on the left side. Oh. Oh, but I kind of like it. I wish I could share it. Because this is kind of creepy. Oh, that's lovely creepy. Okay, save image. Yeah, it wants to save the whole web page, not the image. Doggone it. Aha! So I'm going to have to save this. A WEBP file? Yeah, well, I'll have to deal. It would be cool, though, to have part of the skull broken on this one side and then have the roots of the teeth showing. Ooh. Hey, Fluffy, welcome back. Yeah, this is actually a replica in resin of a horse skull. And I haven't, because of craft sales coming up and everything, I haven't been able to do dragon puppets for a while. But one of my plans is to actually make a Kelpie, and so I need to learn how to sculpt a horse skull in paper, three-dimensional first. So I'm going to work in this size and then, make them a puppet like that. And then eventually I want to go to a realistic size, about a Shetland pony or something like that, to make the Kelpie puppet. And with the Kelpie is that they would show up as a all white kind of pearlized horse, almost like the same coat as an Akel Tech which has a very pearlized coat, and somebody would fall for the horse, and as soon as they touched it, they would be trapped, and the Kelpie would drag them under the water and drown them and eat them. And it would turn into a skeleton as it reached the water, because it wasn't a living horse. And so that's kind of what I want to do, and I have a couple different puppet ideas for it. One is going to be more the traditional paper puppet, but I also want to do the large real life size, and then have my whole arm as the spine of this thing. And so that's long-term plans. Right now I got Twin Cities Pagan Pride in 2 weeks, and I'm just busy as all get out. It's crazy. So that personal project has to wait, sadly. But in the meantime, he's kind of hard to show on the camera right now, but I just finished the mudlookers. I'll post the picture later. Just got the last of the feathers done. So I figured I want to find a decent angle how I want to draw a horse skull, just to give myself some practice again, because it's been a really long time. And there are horse skull puppets. They're in Wales. They use them for a holiday. For Christmas, they have this prank that they pull. Marie Lude, the ghastly Christmas mare, and they'll show up as this horse. And the skull is they have it above their heads on a stick, and they'll move it around, and the person's covered with cloth and everything, and they'll come and prank people and demand treats and stuff, I guess. So this is going to be far different than that. But it's kind of fun. Nice little bit of entertainment. Oh, somebody carved an entire skull. Holy cow. If you look up horse skull and then go down images, let me see. I can actually share this in the live chat. I forgot about that. No, don't. Just give me the... I forgot I can actually do this because I'm watching the live chat on the phone. Yeah, and my wife has been coughing like crazy. Sorry. It's okay, sweetheart. Okay, if you take a look at this, and yeah, she's been sick. Don't know what is going on there. But look at this skull, you guys. Hand carved, $1,500. Oh, holy cow. Or holy horse. Not cow, horse. Nay. Wow. That is crazy. Well, that means I can share the one that they showed the teeth from, the one from the veterinary school. Let me find it again. Here it is. This is just absolutely wild. Okay, and the creepy ice cream man is going by. I think that, like I said, if I have part of the skull broken along where the teeth are and let some of the roots show like this, that would be just amazing. I have a couple of horse teeth. I just don't know where they are. I I came off of our horse farm because horses will just drop teeth. Well, let's get the pencil out. I am going to start with pencil on this drawing because it's needed. I had a good eraser in here. What did I do with that? Ended up not feeling the painting today, I swear. There's my eraser. Yeah, yeah, I think it would be so cool though to have the Kelpie with part of the skull missing, so you see just the teeth on the one side. Same thing with the lower jaw.
I like that thought.
That is so creepy. It's delightful. I gotta bookmark this page. You gonna be okay, sweetheart?
I think so.
You don't sound it. Do you need any cough medicine or anything? Do you think that would help?
I don't know.
Would Benadryl help?
Maybe.
Oh crap, did I get Benadryl? I don't remember if I even bought it last time. Shoot.
Oh.
Yeah, my one form of Kelpie I want to do with a paper is going to be a split. Only, I mean, not a full 4 quad split. It's just going to be 2 splitting in half. Yeah. I don't remember. Did they say if you could have Sudafed?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I thought you could. You can't have the You can't have the guaifenesin with dextromorphan, I think, is the one.
Just stick here.
You sure? I'll be looking after I'm done, okay?
Okay.
All right. I thought I bought Benadryl, but I don't remember.
What about your screen?
Well, I worry about you. Yeah, Sudafed kind of knocks me for a loop too. I found out I do not want to be cooking when I've had Sudafed. Oh my God. What the heck was it I did? Oh, I almost burned a can of Campbell's noodle soup. Chicken noodle. Because for some reason I just would stand there and watch it boil, and it was really, really rolling boil, and it was so fascinating. And then I walked away. I remember that. Sudafed is interesting stuff. Crispy soup, new delicacy. Oh my God, that's just funny.
Dried for survival situations.
My wife just said dried for survival situations. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm thinking that my best bet might be when I pattern these pieces out is to do the patterns along the breaks in the skull. see, and try not to have this thing looking like a bird. It's burb.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to adjust some of this as I go along, which is okay. You know, you're adjusting things. That's what you got to do to get the forms to look right. That's okay.
Huh?
When it's inked, it'll be more in the finished form. Okay, so we have bone structure right there. We have a divot right here, which will show up under the skin. That divot is right above the eye. And I want to mark that that's that way, and this division is there. And some horses will have a lump right here. Okay. I can see where Ruth Thompson and I both have had our dragons start out like horses, though. Almost dinner time for the dogs. You're getting stared at. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to encounter that with cats. What's going to really suck with them doing the house next week is we have to put all the cats together. So Wraith, of course, will be happy because he's going to get regular cat food and not his medical cat food, because we have no way of taking care of it otherwise, because they're going to have to be shut in the basement while the guys are working, you know, the main floor and the top floor. And then they have to do the back door too, but they're not going to do the basement door until they get all the windows done, just because of the cats. Luckily, the window company owner is a cat person, and they lost a cat due to construction in the house, and somebody left the back door open. Yeah, see, I screwed up here, so I'm going to have to bring this a little further back. Right. All right, I need to figure this out here. So this is going to go more under the eye like this. You just keep working until you figure out where you want things to go. So that's going to go there. This is going to go up.
Nope.
And up and up and up. Okay. This is going to take me a bit. This is not easy. Sweetie, are you sure you're going to be okay?
Yeah.
If I need to go get Benadryl, I will go get some.
No.
I might still have some of the Mucinex, though. I know you can take that. That should help with the coughing. Yeah, they're going to be replacing 8 windows and then recladding all the others, because, and I think what they're going to end up doing is they're probably going to have to replace a few more, because we have, since we moved in, there were windows that did not have screens, so the squirrels, oh bless their little furry hearts, they're trying to get into the house one way or the other. Now she's coughing and laughing. They've nested in one of the windows in my art room upstairs. They have even brought plant seeds, so right now I have nightshade growing out of the windowsill.
Oh.
On the upper floor of the house.
Oh.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I didn't mean to make you laugh and cough. So, yeah. I have a feeling they're going to be doing more than just recladding those windowsills. But every window sill and everything is lead. And then the front windows are also lead and have to be replaced, and they're also not very weatherproof anymore. And then they have to reclad the back door too for the same problem. So yeah, 3 days this coming week on short notice, and then they have to come another time to do that back door. So we're going to be in a hotel for 4 days, because I sleep during the day. Oh, great. Nebulana says squirrels ate through the screen of my parents' screened-in porch, so I have to replace that before we sell the house. Oh, jeez. Little furry buggers. I'll be right back, you guys. I'm gonna go and get her the Mucinex at least. Chell, are you warm, kitten? You're all splayed out. It's hot in this house. Yeah. Oh, you're kidding. Nope. Well, it'll help. This is what, the 24-hour? One tablet every 12.
Grab a camera.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Meow, cha-cha. I'll have to dig later and see if I have more. Otherwise, I'll have to run to Cub tonight and get some. Then I can get some pop at the same time.
The people are waiting.
Yep, I know. Just want to make sure we can get that cough under control. All right. Okay. Go feed the doggies. What's your plan on your dragon, Fluffy?
Sorry.
What compliments to the chef? Okay, so that's gotta go like that. And under here, Yeah, I got to work on proportions on this.
Skeletal griffin.
Oh, a skeletal griffin would be really cool. Oh my God. There's where the teeth are going to be. This tooth can get very long right here. These are often the teeth that have to be floated. A horse will actually sometimes develop the equivalent of fangs. And by floated, you take a rasp and file the teeth down, just like with like guinea pigs. If they lose an upper tooth or something, or lower one, you have to trim the other one. So oftentimes you'll have the veterinary come out and they'll float the teeth. Okay. As far as dragon ideas, what do you think for paper dragon ideas?
Bubblegum.
Bubble gum? Oh my God, that would be cool. That would be loads of fun. Something very cutesy and
Rock candy.
or a rock candy dragon is what my wife is saying.
I'm in a whimsical mood.
She's being whimsical right now. That would be cool though. I like that. Okay. Now, so it looks like they cut this portion off. So if we had, okay, this is where the jaw comes in. The jaw's coming in right here. So if I made it look like this whole piece here broke, you see that dividing line right there. Or have, yeah. Maybe not up to that point all the way, but if it looked like it was partly broken, there's a piece of an eye socket right here. So if we have the eye socket like this, now keep in mind there is roundness right here. Oh, Chell's laying upside down in her arms. Yeah, rock candy would be really entertaining.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Okay, so there's another division line right here. The suture line. Human skulls, of course, we've got suture lines too. So this one's a suture line. This is a suture line. So I want to kind of jag those for now so I know what I'm looking at. That one goes all the way here. This one goes to this bone right here. So this is actual three-dimensional bone. Suture line goes like this. Here's for more anchoring of the muscle tissue for the nostrils. Then there's a suture line that goes up this way. Okay, this is a very short-nosed horse. Actually, it's not much different than the skull that they took apart. Let's see. Who says references are bad? God, I would love that skull, but holy cow, I'd hate to see how much that thing is. 1950s. Oh. Go to another page. Okay, this is not that different. So this has got to be a little more straighter here. The divot's given the creepy look that the modern Arabians have, and I don't want that. They don't even look like horses. They look like aliens. All right. Still trying to think on dragon ideas for you, because I know my dragons are always going to have their own. They develop their own personality.
Instead of a clockwork dragon, how about a junkyard one?
Oh, my wife came up with one, Fluffy. Instead of a clockwork dragon, do one made out of stuff from a junkyard. Make it look like it came from a junkyard. Welcome back, Nebulana. We're trying to give Fluffy ideas for dragon puppets. In the meantime, I'm trying to zone in on what I'm doing with this Kelpie. I want that tooth to really look overgrown. Okay. So this is not a suture line. That's just shadow. I'll go down a little further. Okay. Now, a money dragon would be interesting too. Do a pirate dragon and maybe, you know, have like doubloons on his sides or something like that. Steampunk works. Meow meow. Chow chow. Meow meow. Brrr. Somebody's wanting pettings. Brrr. What's the matter, Jojo? She's been so needy lately. Oh my gosh. It's like, pet me, pet me, pet me. I want all the pettings. Meow. Meow. You're jiggling the phone. There we go. And the brrr. Meow. Jojo, meow, meow. He's a good kitten, huh? I know you don't like it when mommy picks you up, though, so I'm not going to try that. Can't decide what to have for dinner, so ate cheesecake in the meantime.
Oh, that sounds good.
That does sound good. You know, I was just thinking, Fluffy, you could try to do paper image of existing, or paper 3D puppet of existing dragons. I know some people have done Toothless, but not many have done Spyro. Yeah, I know it's a game, but I found the figure at a garage sale and grabbed it. Skylander.
Ember Stroud, the one from the Dungeons and Dragons movie,
the
big
chunky
one.
Yeah, my wife just said to try and do a puppet of Ember Stroud from the Dungeons and Dragons movie. That dragon actually is part of the D&D lore. He wasn't just something they randomly came up with. So he'd be really interesting. Let's extend this out a bit.
Chunky dragon.
Yeah, do a chunky dragon. The thing behind that dragon is that the more they had gotten trapped, and bigger they got, and their horde got bigger and bigger, and the dragon would get bigger and bigger, and then wasn't able to get out. So yeah, Emberstroud, he got pretty chunky there.
The dwarves of the city fed him.
Oh, the dwarves of the cities were feeding him, I guess.
He lit their forges.
Well, that's like our Elendra the Red guarding things for the dwarves and for the gods, so nobody would come and randomly get into stuff.
Except
Elendra didn't get fat.
and Emberstroud, whenever it got too big, the dwarves would kill it and take one of its eggs to raise as the new Emberstroud.
Oh, and I guess what would happen is if Emberstroud got too big, the dwarves would kill him and then take one of the eggs and raise it as the new Emberstroud. So that would be a fun one.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah, I'll be going over all of this in ink later, but right now I just want to mark the anatomical stuff here. Get the shading correct and everything. Because this is a plan. And right now I'm using the 3D model as a reference. I want to make sure that I can see what I'm doing. This will be its own skull drawing, of course, when I get it done, but at least if I have an accurate reference, that both of those puppets are going to be a lot better. Okay, then that divot there is going to have a piece of bone here. Divot. So this is really rough here. There's extra structure right there, probably for holding muscle on, and tendons and ligaments for moving the jaw. And then that's going to go back under here. Up that way. And sometimes, you know, all you can do is just scribble things in and then do your line work off of those, erase some of it or draw over top of it. You're doing the scribbles to give yourself just general shape, which is important. And that there. And there's a divot there. So we want to make that known. This is behind here. There's another divot right there.
Oh.
Some more cranky structure down here. Sorry if I'm missing the chat at the moment. I apologize because I'm looking at the model. And this is where the back side of the skull is going to appear back there. Let's see a little bit of the teeth back there, but we want shadow in here. Okay. And that's the front. We're going to have that tooth back there, more broken off. Because I'm holding this at an angle, we're going to do these teeth back here a little more like that and shade those in too. I used to love it when I'd find horse teeth. Okay. I'm hoping that Mucinex going to kick in fast. Okay, so now that I have the upper jaw and the skull itself, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I like drawing skulls, and like I said in a previous stream, if you look up Ruth Thompson and her dragon art, she started out the same way I did with drawing horses. And so a lot of, even if we do a skull structure like this, they're going to have an almost equine or horse feel to them. Let me, I don't know, my paper puppets aren't nearby, are they? Yeah, I think they're in the dressing room. Okay, one moment, because I'm going to show you what I did. Oh, straighten up.
And fly right.
I am flying right. And I'm flying right again. Meow. Chow chow meow meow. Brrr. Chow chow meow meow. God, she's funny. She's just so talkative tonight. Okay, and yes, more dragons. This was from a box set of dice that my wife got. And so I had to keep the box and put my dragons in there. So let's see. Because I think I have a skeletal dragon in here. Oh, I have so many dragon things in here. Meow. Let's see. Now you're cold. And it is hot in here. So yeah, I got my dragon claws I've been working on. Learned how to do that. But let's see. Okay, so there's the skeletal wing. Ah. Yeah, after I get done here, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out. Okay, where is the rest of him? Here we go. So I did try to mimic a vertebrae, and okay. So this is one of them out of paper. I think he was like my second dragon that I did. So yeah, there he is. And so you see there's still, you know, you can be a little more creative with a dragon skull. So my thing was to do all these scraggly horns coming out in different directions, and I may add to it even. So you want to make sure that there's some bump outs when you have horns like that, so it just gives it some more dimension and structure. So this area right here on the horse skull, I actually had the extra side spikes coming out over top of that. So this divot in here would be hidden by skull coming out like this sideways, so there'd be more horn growth on the side. So it's just a matter of trying to figure out how your skull structure is going to be to accommodate horns, and you know, if there's extra jaws and stuff like that. So doing a good skull on a dragon is important too. But they're fun to make. Yeah, so that's that puppet. I don't have my big ones here. I don't have Hearn the Hunter here. Thank you. Thank you, Fluffy. I appreciate that. And of course, let's see, what have I got here? I've got all sorts of fun things in this box. It's my box of many things. Oh, let's do that wing. Here we go. This one's one of my favorites. I don't know what I did with his hooves. So again, once you have a good base structure, you can pretty much do anything. So that's one of the other puppets I made. I like doing these small ones. They're fun. But he also has hooves too that I can do two of the hooves to make it look like he's running and flying. Or I can put, let's see, where is he? This one's fun too. Yeah, these are fun. Again, that's the first thing I ever did was horses, you know, and I used to make the hobby horses, you know, the horse head on the stick and the little tail in the back and stuff that you put between your legs and run around. I used to make those out of wood. For our saddle club, we had some events where the adults would be running around with hobby horses. It was kind of funny. And I did some out of paper and I did some out of fabric as well. But I first started making them out of paper and it was just like this. Now this guy here is only single-sided. This guy is double-sided. So I can have him on either hand. And the manes are all cut paper as well. And then when I glue the paper on the back here, I flip it over so that it has a little more dimension to it. And then I do the neck as a ring And sometimes I'll flip the mane down on the neck. And you can add manes to dragons too, you know. So like this one, you see it's flipped over there a little bit. Light's not the best, but light's changing in my window. And then of course that's one ring there. So you can put them on any finger and they work out just fine. The horses are fun to make. Then I don't know what hand I think I have him oriented for. Oh, he is for this hand. There's one of my other dragons. This is the Frisian horse right here. Let me see if I can adjust my light. Yeah. Oh, there's his claw. This dragon I kind of did a little bit more like a turtle, I think.
Dragon.
Turtle dragon. Yeah, that's right. That's what I did. So the wing again goes on the thumb, just like you would have a shield on an arm. But then I pushed it back far enough, and then just have the claw on the very tip of the thumb. And I have a neck piece here somewhere too, but there you go. And he's got his little claw attached to the wing. Yeah, there's all sorts of fun ways to do these guys. I love making the small ones because I just get crazy with them. I'll put my toys away. I have more in the box. But because of my start in art all the way around, the horses I think are still my favorite.
You do such good horses.
I'm kind of taken after my mother that way with the horses. Yeah, the painting of the unfinished painting of the horse that's fallen over backwards and the cowboy is got his foot caught in the stirrup. That's my mother's painting that she never finished. And so she just kind of never let me watch her paint or anything because she didn't want me to have her style. And well, I kind of do it anyway. Especially with all the tiny brushes that I use and everything, because I'll use those tiny brushes on huge canvases. Okay, so we determined there was going to be a break here. So this piece of skull, let's see, what is that going to do? I want to study where that break actually should happen. So what if we leave that there? Trying to see where a good break would be. Okay. All right. I think we got it. Okay. All right. So what is going to happen is the other side of the skull is going to be more normal. So we determined the other side was going to be there. Okay. This is the tricky part. Trying to imagine where all of this is going to sit. So this kind of rounds this way. It looks so weird the way they cut this. And so trying to make it look like a natural break is a lot more challenging. There we go. So now the upper teeth are coming down like this. These are the molars in the back. Okay. Then there's a gap. That's going to go up like that. Down to another molar. And there's a weird divot right in the middle of the tooth. Okay. And a little bit of structure can be seen back in here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I need to space these out. Thank you. I appreciate it. Never too old to appreciate compliments. Okay, so still this kind of this way, that way. Okay, this is gonna look really creepy. I like it. I really like this. So we'll go like that. Okay. Then, oh, okay, so that kind of went more like this up here. All right, now I'm looking at the model, or not the model, the real skull that they had cut apart. I love the idea of doing this thing like this with the one side of the skull being broken off. This is just the coolest thing. What's really hilarious is I got led to the dragon puppets by I was looking at art TikTok streams, and all of a sudden dragon puppet compilation, not stream, dragon puppet compilation showed up on my feed, and I'm like, oh, take a look at this. And I just thought it was so cool and so much fun, you know, to make them. I'm like, why not? And I've found artists that have done the puppets out of felt and stuff like that. And some professional puppeteers. My Drabbit Dax is put away right now, but I should have him out for one of these live streams so you guys can see him. It's a dragon and rabbit mix made by Imaginarian. And Dax is pretty cool. He's about, I think now he's like 14 years old or something like that. Still works just fine. Had to be repaired once. Okay. Well, that's a plan for that. Okay, enjoy lunch. I already did that. I had to make up hamburgers later, but wow. Oh, that's really cool. So yeah, those references that they don't want artists to use in here because it's cheating and it's the same as tracing, yet here I turn around and just created something off of 4 different references. Bite me. See, how long have we been going? Oof, hour and 7 minutes. Or no, not an hour and 7 minutes. 107 minutes. I'm Englishing really, really good. I think I'm going to do the horse jaw on a separate page, maybe. I don't know. Because I want to be able to plan out the drawing too. But I want to make this into an actual reference as well as a picture. Well, here's something. If we go like this, because that's something I have to pay attention to, is the understructure. Sorry, didn't mean to camera quake. There's no neat way to do this. My light's shifting so bad it's getting hard to focus it. Okay. I'm so curious what that skull's worth. Oh my gosh. I think I would want one intact though, and it'd be cooler if I actually sculpted maybe. I do have a Highland bull downstairs. A skull of one of those. A real Highland bull. I named him Frank. He's been with me for several years now. Got him at Historical Rendezvous in Minnesota. Frank's pretty cool. Actually, I think I'm going to draw to the skull for now. I want to do something simpler because I still have to go and do things yet. We're going to leave this. Let's do this as an actual drawing that I'm going to ink. So the question is, what do I want to do with it? Leave my references up. Oh, my neighbor's car is going off. He must have hit the button because there's nobody near his car. I'm trying to figure out. Oh my God, that's cool. They still sell that? I mean, it's all wrong, but it's still kind of cute. I've got to show this. Let's see if it. Oh, it ain't going to because it's too long. Doggone it. Never mind. Ah, a little Halloween horse. Oh, that's so cute. I mean, the skulls, it looks like a mix of My Little Pony with a skeleton on it, but it's really cute. That's really cute. It's by Mildstown through Walmart. Okay. All right, that's adorable. Well, let's bookmark him. Not what I was looking for, but I like it. They're so cute. They're for sale on several sites, so. Oh, 3D printed horse skeleton on Etsy, $297. Holy smokes. I'm just looking for horse skeleton art right now just to see if I can get inspiration. I'm sure it's all going to be fantasy, yeah, like White Walkers and stuff like that. Okay. Gothic horse skull art. Let's try that. I'm just trying to come up with just ideas. I see the right thing and it's going to end up popping up in my head. Whoa. Okay, that's vector art, but that's really cool. Adobe stock images, I'm saving that. Okay. Let's see if it would show up. No. Can I share it? Copy link. This is really cool. I like this one. That is really neat. I mean, the end of it, it looks like if you saw it, there'd still be meat on the bones and stuff. There's a horse skull doesn't have the nose like that or anything, but that still is pretty cool. What's this now? Everyday original. What is this? Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, it's sold. Oh, man. Oh, not fair. Okay, I gotta show this one. It's sold. I am sad. It's gorgeous. Still not what I'm looking for, but it's gorgeous. All right, let's look at Gothic Nightshade. Deadly Nightshade. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ho, ho. Saving that. Okay. Yeah. I want to do something with nightshade flowers in this, I think. This is going to take me a bit to figure out what to do with this one. Nightshade, vines. Here we go. Hoping something similar to this. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out is what do I want to do here? I want something that's going to look a little more like actual art prints or what you would find in the old books that showed people painted and did diagrams of different plants and things like that, Victorian. And I think that's kind of the direction I want to go on this. This is gorgeous. Oh, that is really gorgeous. This is cool. Really like that one. I think that something like that would be a really good start for it. Get some vine work in there. Yeah. Save that one too. Another game that I actually have on Steam is Strange Horticulture. It is really, I mean, their images, the game itself seems simple at first, but it can get really complex because you have to hunt parts and you have to find things on their maps and everything to solve problems that your villagers are having. But the artwork in it is so accurate to this style of, you know, the old apothecary manuals and everything. And I really, really love the look of the game. It's just right now I'm stuck. But it's a beautiful game. I am just trying to, I think I have found kind of a bouncing off point for myself. There's a Nightshade Fairy painting. I know that artist. Linda Ravenscroft. Okay. Yeah, that one, yeah. Yeah, here's another fine art of Deadly Nightshade. I'll save that one, and then I'll share this one too. I know the Deadly Nightshade is not necessarily something that would associate with a horse skull, but I just kind of, I'm really drawn to it. Gothic plants and flowers. Of course, I've got roses. That one is kind of a given that there's going to be roses. Black mondo grass, black pansy, black hollyhock. I have nightshade growing in my garden. Huh. Not a lot for a Gothic garden unless you want to have salvia for toads. They like to hide under it. Delphinium for attracting spiders. Huh. Okay. Ferns. I have lots of ferns. Ferns are an idea. Okay, I'm just going to make some notes right on the drawing. Ferns, Deadly Nightshade, roses. Early skull. And this is my process for Kelpie for drawing. Okay, so I have two different things. The skull is for the design idea for the Kelpie itself. And then the notes up at the top here are for finishing this drawing in particular. I could, but considering the proportion that the crow would have to be on this skull, it would look really weird. But I'm thinking of going kind of abstract anyway. Crow in design. Go goth. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go gothic on this one. I like that idea. keep the flowers not realistic and just do a really gothic centered design on this. I think that would be really cool. Because that also would play on the broken skull with the teeth showing fully like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it too. So you have a good night, Nebulana. Yeah, I got more stuff to do and start putting things away before Wednesday when I have to have everything moved away from the windows. Oh joy. But I appreciate you guys showing up. I had a good time and I feel so much better. Doing this always makes me feel better. I need to do it more often. So next weekend I won't be, the next 2 weekends, because next weekend I have to go see my parents. And then the weekend after that is Pagan Pride. So I'm going to be busy for a couple of weeks, and then I want to start doing more than just 1 day a week of live streaming. So we're going to see where it goes, but you'll be seeing shorts and videos from me, but not live streams for the next couple of weeks. So you guys have a fantastic night. Thank you for popping in. Anybody who shows up, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe this. And if you haven't already, and just let people know I'm here. And anyone watching later, same thing. You know, I love the company and fellow artists. I don't mind tips. I don't mind ideas. I don't mind critiques. That's what we're all here for. So you guys have a fantastic night. Blessed be everyone, and take care. And how do I stop this crazy thing?